Всем привет, дорогие подписчики, зрители канала, с вами Carbon4ika. Сегодня мы продолжаем играть в Vampyr. Видео было записано одним потоком, я его нарезал, поэтому вот приветствую с вами в таком формате. Что ж, приятного просмотра.
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suascal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suascals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's all over now. The epidemic has been stopped.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed.
Так, ладно, послушаем,
This
посмотрим.
catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with prudence. We are safe, for now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
Кат-сценка. Вообще не верится то, что обычный, ну, не обычный, ну, блин, да обычный икон. Вот, типа, ну, вампир, которых много. Ну, пускай быть немного посильнее остальных, да, там, скиллуха, все такое.
This is it. Lady Ashbury's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Здесь как даже... Мы днем тут лазим? Мы что, совсем конченые, что ли? Это же день. Нет? Да, это день. Ну ладно. Мы дойдем, конечно, но, ребят, смотрите, что я хотел... отметить, прежде чем к нему подойдем. Очень странно, что такому икону, как, ну там этому вот чуваку, нашему главному герою, все-таки он обычный вампир, как бы сильненький, ну, такой скилловенький, но все же, блядь, удалось, ну, не то чтобы убить, но победить в бою, отнять хэпари, ну, так помотать бога крови. Что? Это же такой бред. Нет? Разве нет? Разве нет?
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother, my dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Опять все ответы непрозрачные, так это калит. Вот только сами типы эти прозрачные, а вот
Why did Harriet Jones
диалог с ней ни
become a
хера не
disaster?
прозрачный.
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sleep.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
In their leader, you now have a spy behind enemy lines. By guiding your progeny, you may yet protect your immortal friends for some time to come.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a...
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted...
I am just here to salute my sons, and to...
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Я понимаю, зачем построены вот так, такие ответы, загадочные, непрозрачные, такие все завуалированные, такие прям высокому, вечному ответы звучат у этого типа. Это придает этому персонажу вот этой харизматичности, что ли, такой типа не от мира сего, и не раскрывает все подробно. То есть его как бы придумали, но как бы история не... Ну, знаете, как это происходит, когда придумывают персонажа, но прорисовывать его от А до Я, то есть вот, ну, прописывать всю характеристику, как, чё, кого, почему. Потому что, ну, и обычно у игрока много вопросов, или уже у зрителя, давайте возьмем у зрителя на данный момент. Много вопросов возникает, и вот это таким образом они и показывают, что ебать там 3 книги писать надо, чтобы описать все и вся. Поэтому вот он такой. То есть, блин, ну, не дают конкретных ответов, чтобы не было больше... Потому что чем больше ответов, тем больше еще вопросов будет.
Who are your sons?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
So that is all we are to you? Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil?
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Tell me about William Marshall.
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here?
Have I not already answered that question?
Нет, не ответил ты на этот вопрос, чувак.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king.
King Arthur was also your progeny.
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Speak clearly then.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
I cannot enter.
Ну еще.
The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
Да уж, что-то как-то только вопросов больше подсыпает. Ну да ладно. Здесь сейчас все линейно будет, по идее. В моем понимании. Обратите внимание, сейчас нам четко на голову падает луч солнца, и нам похуй. Это забавно. Ну типа, ну алло, его же жгет это, нет? Да почему нет? Ах. Так, ладненько. Не, красивенькое место, чем-то Ведьмака напоминает, даже поинтереснее это тут место, чем были в Ведьмаке, мне кажется, чем... Вообще игра нарисована классно, вот. Сама игра именно.
It's locked. The lady of the manor isn't expecting visitors.
Что здесь только хозяйка, тут здесь еще хозяин есть. Так.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
— 666 год. Чувствую, что Элизабет лет 1000, наверное. О, портрет доктора Джонатана Рида. Работа Элизабет Эшбери. 1918 год. Вот это вот уже интересно. Она говорила, что это одна из лучших работ якобы будет. И вот она типа нарисовала его.
Elizabeth, my love, you allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep.
Как и обещала, однако. Интересно.
This castle is falling apart.
Шпоньк. Что за звук?
Fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Работа Винсента Ван Гога. Очень интересно. Нет, реально, типа, я просто хочу выяснить с помощью портретов, сколько же ей, на самом деле, возраста ее.
This painting looks suspicious.
Пожалуй. Попробуем прямо пройти. Вроде дверь кликабельная была. Нет, не кликабельная. Ошибочка вышла. Ладно, допустим. Так. Вроде здесь можно вниз спуститься. Кстати, справа вниз спуститься вот здесь вот. Да сука! Так, ладно, я уже хожу кругами. Так, поднимемся наверх, допустим. Теперь поднимемся вправо, допустим. дать ничего не дает вообще. Какое-то еще письмо лежит. Недавнее письмо. Эдгард Сноузи. Какой-то тайный проход. Но он где-то, наверное, какую-нибудь книгу он подвигается или что-нибудь типа того. Может, вот доспех? Не доспех. Портреты. Может, с ним что-то связанное? Смотрим на камин. Прям зайдем в него, в этот камин. Стоп, камин может развернуться.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. Here's another switch. I should keep looking. What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Меч. Щит. Плотно. Так, ладно. Я уже хожу кругами. Так, поднимемся наверх, допустим. Теперь поднимемся вправо, допустим. Бля, дать ничего не дает вообще. Еще письмо лежит. Недавнее письмо. Эдгард Сноузи. Так. Какой-то тайный проход. Но он где-то, наверное, какую-нибудь книгу он подвигается или что-нибудь типа того. Может, вот доспех? Не доспех. Портреты. Может, с ним что-то связанное? Посмотрим на камин. Прям зайдем в него, в этот камин. Стоп, камин может развернуться.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. Here's another switch. I should keep looking. What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
Меч. Щит. Плотно. Что нашел?
Voila.
Что-то не понял, где проход-то открылся. Тут. Так, что у нас тут? Склепчик. Туннельчик. Все забавляюсь этим свечам. Типа, блядь, вы что, вечно здесь горите? Вы же не можете гореть здесь вечно, это неправда. Так же нельзя. Ну ладно. Вы заметите, уже никакого ни левела нет, ничего такого. Интерфейс уже практически пустой.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No. Never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent.
Почему он выглядит старым? Вампир же не стареет.
The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Why did you...
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Where are we?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here?
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Is this your retreat?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became
Заболел?
unwell.
Вампир заболел?
Will you go back?
No, Jonathan.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to...
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
The city has suffered, but it will prevail in the end.
A more cynical analysis would be that this is an acceptable catastrophe.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this, through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation, and the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding, William?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the...
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible.
I paint the landscapes he will never...
You feed him. You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon, who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
No redemption.
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
We could cure...
It's too late. The blood of hate has...
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this.
I need to know more. I want to know...
I was born Elizabeth Samantha Mary Englewood
Полвека ей, да?
in 1551 in Hertfordshire. My parents owned a pub.
How did you meet?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death
Несколько веков.
by making me his progeny.
А, ну в принципе она несколько веков живет.
Why did he...
You should ask him.
Did you ever...
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father.
Не понимаю, что за болезнь у вампиров? Что-то я как не вник вот в эту хрень, как-то я проебал ее немножко.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you...
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse.
You should have...
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing it.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins.
I can help you.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal...
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan.
Ну будь осторожен. Спрашивай, но будь осторожен. Не понимаю, он что, в скале превращается или что? Что это такое? Что с ним не так?
Yes?
So, William, my God, you really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
Чем болен старый вампир, не понимаю.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to
Он
smite.
же уже икон.
You should know that the
Голодом.
city is safe for now, so
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
you also defeated one in 1666.
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found.
How did you
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock.
How did
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
the blood of hate? How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to...
Vampires.
Considering your experience,
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and
I have never seen such a creature.
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter...
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen.
You met...
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who...
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the red song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Murden, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Murden, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy.
Tell me about Elizabeth.
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted? Where is this?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb.
What happened?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees.
Where?
In London,
What?
the blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked
Хочу еще
my
раз
progeny
прочесть,
and
каким
infected
образом
her
заразилась.
too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance.
What did you...
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Did you really sacrifice yourself?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me...
Do you not want to be cured? Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Murden, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? Have you not betrayed me?
I had choices to make.
I forgive you, and that is my choice.
Elizabeth, I love you.
Then let me go now.
Wait! No!
Даже не закричит? На этом все или нет? Нет, интересно.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung, and your path chosen. England is safe, but the cost was dire. Blood and tears, both parched by cleansing flames. You've lost your way, my champion bittersweet. I am moved to pity as I feel your rampant rage void of purpose or meaning. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
Так, где... Непонятно. Ладно. Я нажал Escape, и на этом... На этом все, походу. Ну-ка, ну-ка. На этом, судя по всему, все. Судя по всему, вот такая есть у меня концовка. Погуглил по фасту, понял, что есть концовки, где она не умирает, где они там, он ее уверяет в том, что он сможет вылечить, но там что-то надо ни одного не убить, там районы в топе держать и так далее. Кстати, тогда-то у него будут глаза не вот в этой красной кровище, а, ну, то есть не красные глаза, а вот у него такие стандартные человеческие глаза будут. Он, типа, там обуздал свою жажду и так далее. Но, наверное, это слишком плотно будет. Типа, как это мочить-то противников-то, ё-моё, если ты, блин, у тебя постоянно будет, ну, опыта не хватать, левел будет всегда хардовее в 2 раза, притом под конец будет, там вообще будет пот нереальный. Вот. Но я ждал какой-то статистики конкретной, какие районы пострадали, какие не пострадали, что в итоге. Они, конечно, по ходу игры сами, ну, там статистика с проценты были, но я хотел в конце, чтобы были какие-то итоги подведены. И я почему-то этого не увидел, и это мне не нравится. Если нажать здоровый носитель, то я, ну, снова это идет такая сцена с Уильямом Маршалом, с Элизабет, она снова сгорит. Ну, в общем, одно и то же, ну, типа, понятно, да? И... мне это печально. Все-таки. Но игра мне понравилась, в любом случае. В любом случае понравилась, просто ждал статистики, реально. Я даже на нее, как для статистики, какие-то свои там старания проводил. Ну, кроме того, что у меня район один полностью отъехал, в принципе, я делал какие-то действия, что ли. Сейчас я понимаю, что я мог просто... Если уж начал жрать, можешь жрать каждого. Либо ни одного, либо можешь всех подряд. Сейчас, то есть, ну, никакой информации, никакой статистики, ну, выжили чё, кого? Ни про кого ничего не рассказано. Кто чё в итоге стал, кем, чем, почему, зачем. Я мог этого чувак съесть этого... Блин, как его... христианинов этих двоих. Один 6 тысяч давал, который с Калем стал. Другой, который там орал, блин, и не любил медиков. 4200 давал, их тоже можно было сточить. Это уже 10 тысяч опыта. Это уже можно было левел вкачать до 32-го, 33-го. В общем, блин... Не круто. Не круто, что тебя не восхваляют под конец тем, что ты, типа, как бы там, ну, не шибко увлекался точиловым людей. Такое себе и... ну, очень такое себе. Ладно, ребят, на этом у меня все. Если вам понравилось, ставьте лайки. Подписывайтесь на канал. Возможно, что-то в ближайшее время еще появится на канале. В зависимости от того, насколько вам было вообще, в принципе, интересна эта серия. По просмотрам посмотрим. Ладно, всем пока, увидимся.